A recent study reveals the top financial resolution among Americans revolves around saving more money and then followed closely by paying off debt. Well, if you're working toward either of these goals, our money man, Bob Ingram from Ameriprise Financial, is here with some advice to help you meet those goals. So, Bob, when it comes to paying off debt or saving money, what keeps us from getting ahead most financially?
Well, it's a great question, and it can be both. Certainly, you really have to look in this decision, where's the best place for your money, and where's it going to do the most work for you over time? And that's where the high interest debt, if you really start there, that's going to be a real killer over time, because you're going to be paying such high rates that you're going to get, the money that you're earning in savings is going to, go 2 steps forward, but then you're going to take 5 steps back with the amount you're paying. So you really have to look at that decision. At the same time, though, you have to look at your savings, because your actual savings that needs to be there for reserves, emergencies, things that come up that you don't expect. If you don't have enough savings, especially to start, even while you're paying down that high interest debt, you're just going to go back into more debt. A lot of times people want to try to put a plan together to pay as fast as they can all their debt down. That's not bad. It's a good intention. But then what happens is they take those 2 steps back and it keeps spiraling. Then the balance increases. They try to pay that down. The balance increases again. So sometimes it's even better to try to do some kind of a combination. We'll also oftentimes outline for clients to start with a little bit of savings just as you're paying down that debt, instead of maybe paying down a balance. Let's say it's $6,000 over a year and you're going to do $500 a month. Maybe you do $150 to savings and $350, and then pay it down over a year and a half or so, just to help with that. And also you want to look at things like other opportunities like your 401k. If you're getting matching contributions, that can be a return higher than both, because you're getting free money right then and there. So that's also a good important point. It may make sense to get a little bit of matching going in the 401k while you're doing this as well.
Now, once you pay down the higher interest rate balances, how do you decide which debt may be worth carrying forward? And what about mortgages and student loans that you're going to have to pay off for a longer period of time anyway?
Yeah, and really that comes down to if it's interest rates that are lower on things like mortgages or other types of loans that recently we have such a low interest rate environment. It could make sense if you're going to invest those dollars over the long term and grow those and earn more than you would in the interest rate. That can make a lot of sense. But you really have to ask yourself, what kind of investor are you? Are you going to take a little bit more risk, or are you very, very, very conservative and you're just going to keep money in the checking or savings account? If that's the case, it might make sense to pay down the debt because you're getting such low interest rates in the bank. You want to look at things like tax deductibility. You're going to get the tax deduction on some of that. That lowers the rate. You got to factor those into the numbers as well. And then also, if you're trying to maybe improve your scores, your credit scores and things, if you're going to have a purchase coming up, debt utilization and the amount of debt you have outstanding can make a difference, and you might want to reduce that as well to help improve those ratios.
All right, excellent advice as always. Bob Ingram from Ameriprise Financial. Thank you for stopping in. And